Virginia's first blacks went from indentured servants to slaves overnight. We've been fighting almost 400 years, almost 4 centuries, fighting the specter of racism till November 4th, 2008, when 100-year-old women, men, black, brown, red, white, and yellow, of every faith and creed, native and newly naturalized citizens, pressed buttons pushing votes to change our lives forever, to turn hope into possibility, to say no to welfare for Wall Street without help for Main Street, to say yes to a future with the promise to fulfill the American dream, to bring America back to democracy, to say no to a past of pain, to say no to indifference and yes to equality, to say no to fear and yes to faith in tomorrow. Thank you all. God bless America. Part 2. The night America elected the first black president. All day my students asked, where were you last night, Doc? Last night, November 4th, 2008, when American history exploded, transported more than half a nation into a frenzy, into shock, into smiles and more shock. I cried again, big beluga tears raining down my face, clogging my nose, my eyes leaked until words escaped me, until joys covered me in a blanket of tears and rain, tears erasing doubt, tears writing hope across my cheeks, street, fear drowning in tears. I cried for Emmett Till, for Malcolm X, for John Fitzgerald Kennedy, for my grandfather Frank, who was born a slave in Sumter, Alabama, and walked to New Orleans to be free, but landed in Laurel, Mississippi. So for most of my life, I thought he left slavery along the Natchez Trace, stealing into swamps by day, saved by natives, some Natchez, then Choctaw or Houma by night, hopping over alligators and slave catches, muddy mounds, and braving thunder showers under palmetto palms. I cried for Harriet Tubman, leading escaping slaves in sorrow songs by day, and Twinkle of the Drinking Gourd by moonlit nights. For Zora Neale Hurston, traversing the Gulf South, driving unlit, unpaved roads from Florida to Louisiana to catch tales we love, we need, amid Jim Crow and Ku Klux Klan country, carving a career and preserving our country. I cried for Martin Luther King, for Robert Kennedy, for Fannie Lou Hamer, and all the Fannie Lou's, so sick and tired of being sick and tired. I cried for my chocolate-faced mother, who had to explain too many times whose pale olive baby she was keeping when they saw me in tow, hanging onto her skirts and breath, stories and wisdom. Last night I cried for all those shoulders, backs, and bridges Barack Hussein Obama climbed to become the 44th president of the United States of America. I cried for joy because for the first time in my life, America, all of these smiling faces in Chicago's Grant Park, a rainbow in faces, crying joyful rain with me, rejoicing, realize America is its people, all of its people, all of them, all of us, we as one nation under God. God bless us all. Pinch me. And then 4 more years. So I had to, that was so big. And then he had all of these challenges. So I had to acknowledge the second term. 4 more years for President Obama. Let the history of America say freedom of speech took a left turn down shrill and insult, then landed on poor taste street. Note Republican lie. He's Kenyan, not American. He doesn't have an American birth certificate. He's a Muslim radical, undercover in politics. Plus, truth. American Wichita, Kansas mom from Kenyan dad who grew up herding goats, earned a University of Hawaii scholarship, Manoa educated to Harvard PhD. Now, President Obama, born in Honolulu, Hawaii, USA, graduated Harvard Law in 1988, met Michelle Robinson, his advisor, in a summer internship, elected first African-American editor of the Harvard Law Review, magna cum laude graduate 1991. How American is that? Add history-making presidency, 2008, elected hope for humanity, saved jobs, bailed out the auto industry, gave us historic free health care, and 208 schemes, 208 Republican bills to intimidate the poor, 208 attempts at voter suppression, and there are even more now. Subtract international support. Kenyans think he's Kenyan. Ghanaians, Malayans, Senegalese, Zulu, Colombians, Panamanians, Italians, French, German, British, Chinese, Japanese agree he's a first-class American world citizen, the best hope of the democratic ideal for the world. Americans confirm 4 more years for president of what?